Good. Do you need the other one rolling too, or no?
No, I checked the audio and video from that last time. It's a big.
That sounds good. Call this meeting to order. Let the record show that all council members are present. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a couple of changes to the agenda. There are no minutes to the special meeting of April 30th. And we're adding number 8, and that's a discussion on the property purchase that was negotiated in that special. Are there any other additions to the agenda? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
That's second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Sure.
Opposed, no. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay. It was Chris.
Okay.
We'll move on then to the minutes of the regular meeting of April 21, 2025. Are there any additions, corrections, or questions regarding those minutes?
I noted there was not any reference to the little presentation that Dwayne did.
Oh yeah, I have her in there, and then I didn't
So
say
you should,
under.
you should add
yeah.
that piece in there.
Yeah, let's do that and bring these minutes back at the next meeting to look at.
I can do that.
Okay, we'll move on to the claims, and there's a sheet with a few ones that came in since the packets were out. Any comments or questions regarding the claims? Not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. I'm going to go down to notices and communications. One thing I want to mention to everybody is that the special referendum election is held this Tuesday. And that's
next Tuesday.
Or next Tuesday, thank you. Next week, Tuesday? Yeah, tomorrow.
What's the
13th.
The 13th up at the polling place. However, you can come up at any time during business hours, including next Saturday or this coming Saturday.
Yes.
At City Hall.
10-3.
10 to 3. And vote absentee for you don't need any reason. You can just come vote absentee. Are there any other items for notices and communications?
Negative.
We'll go down to pending there. No, we're going to be striking the ambulance agreement since we've already have that ironed out. Nothing else on that. We'll move on then to new business, and we have a slate of recommended new hires for summer staff.
So in the past, I think we've had like the full list, but there's not really any reason to do that because there are no changes. They're already on our payroll. So the new hires for this year would be Elise Falzine, Amelia Lindberg, and Brecken Larson for lifeguarding at the pool. Most likely be pretty part-time initially this year. And then for Park and Rec, we lost a bunch. So doing Crew, Schneider, Teagmeyer, and Dugan Kleiss. And we're gonna be trying directorless this year. Between Weston and I. So yeah.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments on the recommended hires? Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is second?
Second.
Any further discussions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried. The next item is water service extension on North Oak.
This one will probably be our biggest discussion item for the evening. We have a new resident who bought Betty Hughes's horse pasture lot up on North Oak and has plans to build there. soon and wants water and sewer. So sewer is right there. Weston printed off the map there. And water is a little bit further away. So we need to decide what we're going to do with the water. Are we going to open trench it to the southwest corner of the property? Would that be what that direction is? Yeah. Or are we going to bore in a bigger main for future development? Are the kind of the two options, and they have very different price points that you can see in Weston's memo here. Roughly 7,000 for option number one. That basically gets it to. That would be a 6-inch.
Yeah,
that would be
same size main.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask why, if we're trenching, why are we putting the smaller?
Same size main, no matter what, it's just the distance.
Yep. Or bring it, bore it further and potentially set up lots further east. Mr. Steinley has a lot down at the very end and has plans to build, but not exactly sure when that's going to happen yet. And then the Avoca Spray property may be sold as well, from what Weston and I hear. So that's all. We don't want to let the cat out of the bag for the buyer, but yeah, they may want water at some point too. We're not sure when or where or what with that either. So I guess my opinion is we just do option one. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. A lot of water fund dollars for things that may happen. We've kind of taken that approach in the past many times. Schmitz Grain, the county, all trade for their own. Stan Van Eybrand out in the industrial park. This isn't like Prairie Estates type of thing. There are lots up there, but one of them's a radio tower, and we have one for sure thing at this.
Yeah, for the public works department, obviously, you're open to anything. We can do as much or little as needed, but either way, even if we did the bare minimum, it's going to be, we're going to leave it in a fashion where if we decide to do more, it's going to be simple, I guess. Shouldn't be an issue to just, if more properties do get developed, take off, bore, dig, whatever.
Did you get
So the water's in the road,
The water is in the North Boulevard.
and that's where you're gonna maintain
just
it.
keep
If we
it there.
overtrench it, it's just keep it
With a longer distance, we looked at boring just because, well, it's quicker, less cleanup.
Yeah.
Digging across. There's a couple of residents up there who are very particular about that road specifically, and so we'll have to do some good restoration if we dig across it, and boring would just be less mess, convenience. If we decided to go 4, 5, 600 feet or whatever, you know what I mean. So
So the water's on the back of the 1440 lot.
which one is that, Chris?
No,
The blue line is the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just on the back of basically
The old Carlson lot.
the old Carlson lot.
Who is that now?
Lexi.
Yeah, Ackerman.
Lexi Ackerman. Yeah.
Does it make any sense to? I mean, so that we don't have to disturb North Oak, does it make any sense to open trench along the length of the lot and just have them bore the road?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, there's going to be more cost there, obviously.
Well, right, but I mean, at least that way, at least you're not.
You're just digging
So
two
what-
holes.
Where was the end point for the option two? Like
The other side.
The southeast corner. Then probably set a hydrant. So as far as that hydrant goes, I'm going to replace that regardless. If we only go to the very minimum, I'm just going to move that hydrant and put it on the corner of his lot, so it's on it. So there's a hydrant on the dead end. If we were to go further, I'd set a second hydrant, at the southeast corner of his lot. And the reason we were exploring those options is because of what Josh did say, is those maybes. If the land to the east gets developed, that water's closer for them. If Jeremy decides to build, that water's a little closer for him. Like you can see, obviously there's a major cost differential there, but like I said, I got prices from B&H on boring, so those prices are pretty accurate. For boring, so.
Question I have is, you know, I don't know if you had an estimate on that, like Chris was talking about, to bore under the road versus restore the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's $25 a foot, so.
Yeah, and it's,
Well, I guess what I'm looking at is maybe with the hydrant issue that you're
Mhm.
talking about, you know, if we open trench the length of Lexi's lot,
Yeah,
bore the road and then open trench
Yep.
over to the southeast of, is it Downey's lot? Is that who's building?
DeJager, you got it,
Yeah,
yeah,
So-
he plans on
So
getting.
that way you'd be able to put that hydrant further down there.
Certainly.
And if we can open trench 2/3 of it, or you know 3/4 of it,
Saves a lot of money.
Saves a lot of
So
money.
Basically just open trench the boulevard.
Yeah.
I look at, you know, you do, road restoration, you know, you
Oh, yeah.
spend a lot of money and time doing that.
Yeah, I'd rather see if we can bore that and open trench the, you know,
You
along
go
the
to the east
both
side.
properties. That way, at least we get the water past Donnie's lot.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
like a
can,
hybrid option C is what.
yeah, and I
If you
can,
do want to go further, you just want to open trench it instead of. Okay.
Mhm.
so,
I think we should bore the road no matter what.
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
You know,
That'll be a-
we're doing that with our others, you know, our other,
Because like he said,
So,
I mean, that's
I
you're gonna
can
be messing
come-
with that all
yeah.
summer.
Yeah, the rest of the boring, I do know, the guys have a busy schedule coming up. So, and that'll be a really quick little bore
Yeah.
for them, and I probably have a pipe for that. If you guys would be willing to approve that cost tonight, which like I said, get a rough estimation of how far the road is, and I can tell you what it costs. The rest of that I could come back with the final prices for, you know.
You have that.
It
I mean,
doesn't-
I-
it doesn't,
it's just.
I do have that.
it doesn't really matter, I think,
Right.
we just,
It's just gonna be the cost of the pipe.
I guess I'd make the motion that we open trench both lots and
Okay.
just bore the road and get the hydrant down to the south.
Set a second hydrant.
and whatever the cost is,
Yeah.
it is, just
Yeah.
do it responsibly and
Yeah.
second that.
But I look at it, it'll just be scalable.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
except for the boring, but I mean the ditch and the
Yep,
pipe.
100%.
You're still going to replace the hydrant at Ackerman's
100%.
and put a new one.
And
in.
put a new one in. And I've got a few later on, so.
So we got a first and a second. Is there any further discussion?
That was Chris and Blake.
Correct.
Good option.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. The next item is need for a VFD at the pump station, number 1.
So this is a need to approve item for the 7,455 with the labor and everything. We do have every intent of filing an equipment breakdown claim for this as well, being that it was only 2019. So I don't know how.
So the pump is intact, or it's just the VFD component of it is failing, giving us a lot of issues. This time of year it's not good to not have 2 pumps operating. So then I'll say this, in regards to the VFDs, we made that decision with that North Lift upgrade. That has been wonderful. We were going through pumps every 2 years, but we the one pump that's in there is from 2019. We've gotten 6 years out of it, so that's the only thing that's different is we put VFDs on.
Great.
And then some of the other work is self lift, just some
Right.
Ellers were all in one.
Motion.
Awesome.
Was there
Second.
any further discussion? Not all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. And number 7, we have a request for family leave.
This being that it's just extended per our personnel policy, it should just be approved through council. It's just a housekeeping one on this one. So
Is there a motion? A second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
And I just saw her a few minutes ago. She's still there. Baby's still there, inside, not outside. So I haven't started yet.
All right. Okay, any other further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried. And the last item is to discuss the property purchase, the property. I'm trying to think.
Purchase agreement.
It started with a P.
Yeah, so council went into, had a special meeting on the 30th and we went into closed session to formulate an offer to purchase real estate. And now, being that offer has been accepted, disclose what that is and where it's at and the terms of that. So, property located at 2747 26th Street in Slayton here, Mr. Selman's property. Seller has agreed to sell the property to the city of Slayton for the sum of $8,250, and 100% cash purchase. The date of closing will be May 23rd of 2025. And the other terms with that are that it is being sold as a bare lot. The purchase agreement says vacant land. Then there is an addendum to the purchase agreement that basically says the property, physical property, is being sold as is, no guarantees of what's in there, out there, whatever. Term regarding the house and shed. So we pay all closing costs except the 2% commission that is coming out of the seller's cut. And then there is a $99 fee from us as the buyer because just in the interest of moving quickly, I did dual representation through Mrs. Hauser there. So yeah, as we discussed, nothing out of the ordinary. It was no counter and was accepted less than 24 hours after goods.
Is there any action we need to take at this time?
We should formally approve the purchase agreement as presented by me just now, and then maybe authorize you and I to execute the documents on the 23rd of May.
Okay. Want that too? Do you have any? Should we do that in 2 motions?
It can be one, I think.
Let Kate look at that.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe I'm just totally missing after scanning the. How
So
many
there was
pages.
8 different documents, and I only printed the purchase agreement.
I'm just not seeing the seller's name listed on the purchase agreement, which is kind of odd. So tell me where I'm missing that, if you would.
I don't think you're missing it because this gets into the seller down here.
That is pretty strange not to have the name of the seller on a purchase
They
agreement.
got the party, the first, the party, the second thing.
Pretty strange.
Oh, and warranty deed title. So I didn't mention that part. So it very well could be one of the other 7 documents that I did not print.
Every purchase agreement I've ever seen shows the buyer and the seller.
Yeah, I've never seen one without it either.
Okay, obviously I'm not objecting, but I'm really questioning this. Unless I'm missing it, somebody tell me if they found that on here. With 515 lines on the document here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see it either, Blake?
Not in this first.
It's not in there.
Well,
Take a look.
That's the first place I would see it.
Yeah, first page.
You're at front and center.
Buyer, seller. There you can buy, sell, and used to sell.
Mm-hmm. Karen will be referred to as the buyer.
I'm not seeing any of these other
Web
documents either.
I don't know, maybe it's sticking in the mud, but I don't know how you can approve, software that doesn't have.
Microphone. Time is not a huge deal.
Well, it's kind of a technicality.
Well, it is,
Can we approve it contingent?
Contingent upon hanging.
Making sure that it's
legal.
the party whom we're,
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
I realize, yeah, it's just a technical thing, but
No,
it should be.
Well, I think that proves that contingent needs complete or verified that the seller is written down somewhere.
It's not even on the signature line, you know. It's got seller buyer's printed name, which shouldn't really be Josh Malchow. It should be City of Slayton. Josh Malchow is the city administrator
Right.
on
So
there.
what it should say is Josh Malchow for City of Slayton,
Yeah.
but
Right.
but on
So-
the
I mean, the front says City of Slayton.
the electronic signing, it wouldn't let me type in that whole thing because that's how I have to sign everything, like even our titles at the DMV. But so I mean, there will be other things that we're signing, obviously. So that's how it'll be. You know, Josh Malchow, clerk administrator, City of Slayton, not just me.
You know,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
not.
like I said, they don't even, maybe you filled this out, I don't know, but it's not even filled out, the seller's printed name here on the signature page, so. I mean, I'm fine with approving it, obviously, but it needs to be complete.
I think we'll go.
The odd thing is the form is complete. You know what I mean? It just
Well,
it
it
doesn't.
appears to be, but
But I understand what you're saying. I agree.
yeah, it's really strange.
If we're okay with this, if we go with that, you made a motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion, we approve this contingent, making sure that everything is filled out like we're in.
Is there a second?
However,
Yeah.
second.
Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. With no further business, is there a motion to adjourn?
So.
Second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned 18:21.